Hello and welcome back, fellow summoners. I'd like to first off apologize that it took so long to kind of get this out. Just a lot of stuff kind of going on around the background, just between running the Alliance and real life stuff and everything else. So I do apologize, but we're here now. I may drop this and maybe do an update to the tier list every 2 months, just because there hasn't been a lot of movement around the front on some of the other champs. Haven't heard anything about any re-ranks or anything like that coming across the forum. So unless something else kind of changes, we may just kind of do this as a every 2 months type of update thing. But for now, let's go ahead and get into it. We got 4 new champs getting added onto the list. We will go ahead and start with Shocker. So Shocker is actually a pretty fairly easy champ to use for some decent damage. He is immune to shock, of course, and concussion. He also reduces the duration of stuns by 50%, and it also kind of removes a limber mastery from the opponent, which is kind of nice. So yeah, if they got a very high limber mastery and they got a whole bunch of points in it, it doesn't matter versus him, which is pretty awesome. It's very helpful in a lot of situations there. He doesn't land critical hits, but he does. He has an armor penetration that equals to his crit rating, so it kind of equals out there. He can also auto block depending on his vibro shock charges. When he's awakened, he can gain vibro shock charges much easier, and at a high sig, he'll actually use up to 100% less power with this SP1, which can lead to some pretty crazy combos. So yeah, he's actually pretty decent. So at the moment, he is being placed on rank B for the offense side, with a very high chance to be bumped up to A. It was kind of pretty much a tie in the votes there, so he may get a bump up in the near future, seeing if he gets a little bit more use out of him. On the defense side, he was also ranked a B. Not the best, but he is kind of annoying to fight, so I'll give him that. But yeah, that's where he's going to end up there. All right. On to the next person. So let's go ahead and move to Sandman. So Sandman was been a highly requested champ for quite a while, and he's finally in the game. But he's not that great in my opinion. His damage is a little lacking. He is immune to bleed, poison, shock, stuff like that. A lot of champs are these days. He has some easy access to like some decent damage, and placing petrified debuffs. But that's pretty much about it. The animations are cool. Everything looks great on him. Stuff like that. But yeah, would love to hear if there's some sort of buff coming to him, because his attack is just kind of lackluster. But yeah, other than that, I don't got too much to say on him. For right now, he was actually voted for placement on D for the offensive side, just because of the lack of damage and stuff like that. Even with his immunities, there's other champs that do what he can do a lot better and throw out more damage. Defense side too, he was also ranked as a D. While he can be semi-annoying to fight, he isn't that hard. His specials are very easy to dodge. So yeah, that's where he's going to end up on our list there. So all right, next we have Moondragon. So now Moondragon does require a little bit of skill to use properly. She is immune to reverse controls, which is great in a champ. She also reduces the incoming effect of bleed, degeneration, power sting, and poison by 30%. Which, it's a good, decent chunk off. You're still going to take damage from it, but that's, 30% is, not bad. So I wouldn't say take her on, a full poison path or something like that, but, those weird champs that you kind of run across that, apply poison or bleed or something like that. not bad to take her. Her kit kind of works around her psionic charges and her psionic transcendence. She uses her mind blast to gain psionic charges by interrupting heavy attacks or intercepting. And then once she kind of gets all those charges up, she can do some pretty massive damage. But like I said, it does take a little bit of skill to kind of get her going properly. For now, on the offense side, she was placed as rank B. And she has been added or noted that she does require a little bit of skill to get her, kind of going there. And on the defense side, would put her as a C. Once again, not the worst champ to fight. Maybe a little annoying in certain situations, but yeah, she isn't too bad to take down. So just kind of falls right in the middle of the list there. So, all right. And then finally, we got the man himself, Adam Warlock, another one that everyone has been requesting for a long time. And Kabam did a really good job on him. Not even just the animations, just in general, his kit was actually really cool and a lot different than some of the other champs. He does have a passive power gain, kind of like Doctor Strange. His kit is based around his sovereignty counter. It kind of works like Aegon. So the more hits in your combo meter, the more stuff you get throughout the fight. If he's played properly, you can actually go pretty much the almost entire fight being unblockable. And that's not even, talking about his overpowered, status pod mechanic. But there's a lot of stuff in his kit to play him properly. There is a video link that will be on a lot of these champs in the section of the tier list for the how-tos. I would highly recommend taking a look at this champion, as well as some of the other ones too, of course, just to kind of watch a video on how to use them properly and stuff like that. But for now, Adam Warlock is going to be placed as a B. Probably going to be an A at some point here. I think we just need a little bit more data and votes on him, but it was kind of tied between A and B anyways. So, but we're going to list him as a B for now. He can always be bumped up. And on the defense side, we're also going to place him as a B. He can actually be really pretty annoying, especially with his status pod that he can kind of go into there. So he probably could be bumped up to an A. He was voted as a B for right now, but yeah, I haven't really fought him against with like war or anything yet, so I can't really say how annoying he actually is yet, but yeah, at some point maybe he'll probably get a bump up there again, because yeah, he's definitely fun to play. It looks like, but he looks like he could be pretty annoying on defense too. So, but yeah, other than that, that's pretty much about it for the list. Like I said, we didn't really have any other rank ups or anything else at the moment, so kind of a short video, but that's fine. Get the point across, right away. So expect the next update probably in, we'll say, August. And of course, feel free, the link to our Discord, the Omega server, should be in the description there, as well as a link to the tier list. Join the server. You don't have to be looking for alliance. You say, let us know that you want to join as a guest, and you'll have access to the tier list forum where you can go ahead and help vote on some of these champs so we can place them correctly in the tier list. Also, please hit that subscribe button. We're still trying to hit the 500 subscribers so we can get access to the CCP server and actually get early access to some of these champs, so that way we don't have to wait a whole month before voting on some of these champs. I can, go ahead and start making videos for, these new champs coming out, and then have people vote on them right then and there. So a lot of benefits to this, but we want to make this tier list as, the best thing possible out there. There's a lot of data on this already, a lot more than some of the other stuff. So yeah, Other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you all for watching. Bye now.